I like this. This is much funner than like a Nevada, for example.
Oh, that's a hot take. This is the world's first anti-gravity A1 drone, the first 360-degree drone. And we are right here in the beautiful mountains getting our first impressions. We've got the co-pilot Sasha here. And yeah, let's put this to a test. This is going to be a full review. Right now, we both practically have not ever even flown this drone, but by the end of this, I've got all the batteries. We're going to be pros and we're going to get a full review. First impressions, you haven't seen this.
I have not.
It comes in a little box, which I personally don't think that's very ergonomic. Give it a little pull here.
Oh, I see. Oh, so this is the drone.
That's it.
Oh,
It is
tiny.
We've got this cool controller here, and we also have the goggles. So what's super unique is that the goggles are not for FPV. You can get a full 360-degree look, and apparently it looks like you're in Minecraft creative mode. I've flown this in my home so far. So I got it like a meter off the ground. I put it back down because I didn't want to destroy my home.
Let's test it.
And let's get this going. Another thing I don't really like straight off rip is you need to like wear the battery as a lanyard for the goggles. It would have been nice just like add it at the back, because I personally found having all these extra wires and stuff just makes you lose it, which is kind of annoying. And if you don't bring one of these, you're screwed. But oh well. Put the bling on, get this remote on. Bro's gonna be in the air soon. What are you seeing? Talk to me.
I'm seeing like a kind of like a splash screen, but it's in 360 already. So
What screen?
like a splash screen. Okay, now I can see the camera.
You're right there.
Whoa. Where am I? Hold on.
You're in my hands.
How do I look at myself? Like this, right?
What do you mean by look at yourself?
Oh, fuck, there I am.
Oh, you're looking at yourself through a drone. See, look, this thing is insane.
Yeah, because
Alright.
it's 360.
Hold
right?
this controller. There you go. And your right hand. That's your right hand, yeah?
Yes.
All right, we'll put this down on the ground. What are the first impressions, man? Talk to me.
I mean, it is like creator mode. Like I can look around. I'm on the drone. Like if I'm a little person, I'm sitting on the drone, and if I look around, I can see the world around me. So I can see myself.
Whoa, you just gotta poke my eye out, man.
See, but I forget. You kind of forget where you are.
Oh, dude, I can see on the glasses like what you're looking at. I can see you see us right now. That's insane.
See, as I said, I am the drone now. So
Yeah, you are the drone.
I'm forgetting myself.
I'm gonna hit record for you.
Yeah,
Are you recording?
I am.
Okay, well, you're in the air. Go somewhere. Do not crash it because I don't have another drone.
Wait, where's that joystick to turn my camera? Hold on.
Oh, just a bit up. A little bit up. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay. Now we're cooking. All right.
That's like, man. Fly somewhere. Try and get a cool shot.
It's pretty wild. I'm steering it, but steering it with my head.
You're like, come a bit closer here. He's lost.
I don't know where I am right now. As in, like, I am the drone. It's a nice view. Wow. I'll fly over there. How fast does this thing go?
I think you can turn it on faster, but we're noobs right now, so I haven't made it that fast. I mean, that looks pretty decent.
Wow, that is quite a view.
Is it more immersive than flying an FPV drone?
It's immersive in the sense that I am the drone. It feels like more drone. Like, wow, this is a gorgeous shot. But I'm obviously not doing any crazy maneuvers like I would be on an FPV drone.
That's good. It's probably a lot less stressful.
How do I go down?
So, do you know that knob where you went up? You
Yeah.
gotta pull it down. I mean, did you get a cool shot?
I did.
Oh.
I think it's because everything I look at is the shot we're getting, right?
Yeah, well, the whole thing's captured in one moment. So, like, you can reframe it afterwards.
Ah.
All right, we're going to try and do a shot. We're going to insert it right here. So this is the shot Sasha got with no experience. This really shows the coolest part about this drone because Sasha was just flying willy-nilly, not even looking at me. But through the software, we can rearrange the camera angle and track me with one click, and then you get the seamless tracking shot. How was that little flight just then?
Very good. Like you were kind of high up, but it was cool because I was like right above you, and then I can just kind of turn my head and see the shot. So it's like
Pretty sick. All right, he's landing right now. So the lenses of this 360 camera is replaceable, which is really important. But even this like rocky gravel right now, there's a little landing gear, which is supposed to protect it, like it did just then.
done.
Beautiful.
It was fun. It was very strange. Again, I couldn't figure out how to keep it low, but if I figure that out, that'd be such a good experience because it's capturing everything around the drone. So where you look is the shot you get, and you can't really miss a shot that way, right?
That is true. Early signs. It's a fun experience.
I like this. This is much funner than like a Nevada, for example.
Oh, that's a hot take.
I will say, yeah.
That is a hot take. All right, let's do this. All right, so we are back in the lab. I've flown this thing a ton more since that time I flew with Sasha. I think the overwhelming best thing about this drone is that the flying experience is unreal. Huge kudos to Antigravity because there is literally nothing quite like it. It is the most immersive drone experience I've ever had. I've given it to my friends, they've had similar reactions as well. And it literally feels like you're in Minecraft and you're just looking down, you literally become the drone. You can look wherever you want. If you compare it to other drones like the good old Mavics or FPV drones, I've flown both of them for years and I'd say this is definitely more immersive. FPV is immersive, I guess, but you can't exactly turn your head. Like, I'm literally so laser focused, I'm not exactly taking the views in while I'm flying, right? This, on the other hand, is you can fly it. It's the best of both worlds. You can park it there, look around, enjoy what you're actually seeing, and you genuinely become the drone, which is incredible. On the topic of that, let's talk about the brand new goggles that they have, and they are very high quality and they obviously contribute a ton to the seamless immersive experience. If you look inside, compared to these other goggles I've tried, the lenses are kind of like taller, so I do personally feel like there's more screen real estate. The goggles also have diopter adjustments as well if you're long or short-sighted, which is great. And this new controller is also extremely easy to use. I literally taught someone how to fly this drone who's never touched a drone before in a matter of seconds, so that I could actually film all this B-roll of the drone. As you can see in my reaction, I slightly struggled to fly this drone because I didn't realize everything was just completely independent. You can look wherever you go, you can fly in whichever direction you want. So for example, if I looked left and I pointed the controller forward, I would still keep going forward. I just enjoy the view left. So it didn't occur to me that all I have to do if I want to turn is I just look this way, I turn everything, I turn my whole body, and I can fly this way. That's really why anyone can really fly this, because it's super intuitive. You just look that way, you turn that way, and you'll fly. I keep using this reference, but it's genuinely like creative mode in Minecraft. The only slight drawbacks I would say about these new controllers is that I don't like the fact that you have to like wear the battery when you're holding the goggles. And if you do want to like set waypoints and stuff, which I will talk about later, there are a few, like just looking at right now, there's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons that you kind of need to get adjusted with over time if you want to get the full functionality working smoothly on the drone. If you just want to fly, you don't need to press many buttons, obviously. But if you want to do waypoints, do a fly path, then you will have to click these buttons here. So on the topic of sky path, you can actually set 2 different waypoints or multiple waypoints, and the drone will just follow that path. You can take it off, show this to your friends, and it is really cool. That's if you truly just want to just glide through the air, don't even think about flying, just have a nice look. You can also track yourself fairly well. There's also Sky Genie, or others may call it quick shots. There's just pre-installed shots that you can activate to basically do all the flying for you. The truth is, it is a bit hard, for example, if you want to pull off an orbit with this controller. Like, you can't really turn and fly left and right because this always points in one direction. So these shots are quite important if you want to do a little cinematic orbit. Let's talk about image quality real quick. It captures a full 8K 30 frames per second. Everything around it. So it really is a flying 360-degree camera, which is really how all this works, how you can look around perfectly and how you can record pristine 360-degree shots. Now the beauty of this is that one flight can produce literally an endless amount of angles. You can export the bottom angle, you can export the top, forward, whatever you like. You can do different orientations. And it's almost kind of magic that you can get multiple shots from just like one shot. This is really what they call fly first and frame later. So it's important to note that once you're actually flying, you can look around as much as you want, but you'll always have the information so you can go into post and just grab out the part that you like the most. Or maybe you're looking around and you didn't notice something cool, for example, like a dolphin diving, and you can just cut that part out as well. So it's really practical and, as you can tell, quite groundbreaking that you could never do this before. Now, because this is a lighter drone, I will say the quality probably isn't as good as the Insta360 X5. This is 8K, but stretched around this whole sphere. There's tons of samples throughout this whole video, so you can be the judge. I don't think it's as bad, but it's definitely not as good as the flagship 360 camera that Insta360 has. Another really interesting use case about having 360 video is that you can basically generate motion however you want in the edit. So for example, if my drone's flying a straight line, you can get pans up, down, left, right, and then do like a zoom in and a push outs all in the editing software, which is really cool. So there really is tons of flexibility in how you want to frame your story, or if you want to make cool transitions, for example. Because you have that full sphere of what you're looking at, you can just add motion wherever you want in the post or edit. When I'm flying, I barely notice the stitching in the footage as well. Don't really notice it. Obviously, if you come really close to something and there's text, you might notice it, but I think the experience is very seamless. Now let's talk about a few practical things. The battery lasts about 23 minutes. From my own gut feel, it's pretty normal to other drones, honestly. And if you have some spare batteries, you can basically fly it for a long time. It is really good that this drone is under 249 grams, which allows you to fly and jump through a lot of legal loopholes. I think quickly to mention, that's also why you don't have a bigger camera, for example, like the X5, because naturally having a 360-degree camera requires 2 lenses, which is double the weight. So you can't make the camera unit that big, and it already is quite juicy on this camera. The return to home functionality also works great, and there's also a ton of sensors on this drone to make sure you do not crash, and it flags you and warns you whenever you are near something, which really makes it very, very beginner proof. Let's talk about any negatives about this drone. I kind of mentioned it earlier. I would appreciate if the battery necklace wasn't a thing, and the actual drone comes in a case that goes into a bag. I think personally, because there's so many parts that go into flying this drone, it's very similar to flying FPV. You have to set so many things up. It would be great to remove as many points of friction as possible. Again, this is just me nitpicking. If you really want to nitpick, the image quality could be slightly better. But again, this whole drone isn't about that. We'll talk about that later as well. And to this point, there's no confirmed knowledge about whether an ND filter or an actual controller with joysticks is coming. Some people are really looking forward to joysticks, but honestly, I don't really get the appeal because this drone has a different purpose. You're not supposed to be flying this acro mode, for example, fully manual like FPV. And I personally feel like if you had a controller, then it just like make the experience less immersive, which is the whole point of this whole drone. So I actually prefer having this, and I don't think there is any need for a joystick controller. And lastly, sometimes the latency was a bit choppy. This is only because I am an FPV nerd, but the feed you get in the goggles is probably like 30 frames per second. If you go too fast, you can kind of tell that the footage isn't silky smooth at times. I have a very trained eye, so I could slightly notice this. It's not a big problem at all. But if you're expecting like silky smooth video that's like 120 frames per second in your goggles, that's not what you're going to get. And again, if you are someone who doesn't fly FPV, you won't even notice this. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Should you buy it? Who is this for? And I think it's super important to note that this is not replacing FPV. This is not replacing a Mavic. They all have its own use cases. Mavics are for creating super cinematic footage for like commercials, for example. FPV is for getting diving shots, close proximity flying, and getting full control. And the Antigravity A1 is for an amazing immersive experience, which is unlike anything you'll ever experience when it comes to drones. So many people say that, oh yeah, flying drones is immersive, FPV is immersive. I honestly disagree. FPV, I am strained, I'm focused, I'm sweating, my heart's racing. I'm just trying to not crash my drone. Whereas on a Mavic, for example, you look through this tiny screen, I personally don't feel like I'm being immersed at all. I'm just trying to get the shot. But I can confidently say that being in the sky, you actually feel like you are the drone. You can experience the world from honestly a whole new perspective. And the way you can just like look around like you are literally the drone in the air is just remarkable. At the same time, you can get some really cool shots on it as well, which is awesome. Honestly, I do make a lot of comparisons in this video, but you really can't compare this to anything. It's its own separate use case. FPV is probably the closest that comes to it, but you need to spend grueling hours on a simulator to even fly. And when you fly, it's stressful. You can't just like switch off and look around. So overall, if you like the features, you think there is a lot of value in experiencing the world through a drone, and if you factor in the price and you're happy with that, I would highly recommend buying this. It is a ton of fun. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. My New Year's resolution is posting a lot more on this channel, especially in 2026, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Again, thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.